Hello and welcome to another episode of AD365. After what seems like an absolute eternity, we are back. And trust me when I say the last few months have been atypically action-packed, as they always are at Angling Direct. We're out with the lads on the bank today and we're going to talk you through some of the highlights. Starting with none other than European carp fishing superstar Claudia Darga, who came over for a Black Friday whistle-stop visit and attempted to catch her UK PB pike with us on the Broads. We are on the famous Norfolk Broads with none other than European megastar Claudia Darga, who's come over for Black Friday and hopefully to catch your first UK pike?
Yes, it's always amazing to be together with Angling Direct at the bank. I got my first carp in Belgium, my first carp in UK, so now it's time to get the first pike in England. Can't wait for it.
Let's set sail and hopefully catch you a very special Norfolk Broads pike. Mega moin moin. Right, so we spent an hour fishing the river. Unfortunately, no luck. So we're going to head to the Broad, not abroad, but Broad, by Phil's recommendation, where it's teeming with massive pike for me and Claudia to catch. So I'm going to wind this in and get off. Come on. Oh, there's a pike. No, there's not. I've got mackerel in my hair, mate.
Mackerel.
Got mackerel
Yeah.
head.
Herring in your lug.
Herring in my lungs.
Much bait. I've got bait there. Sort of see what, get the old figure of 8 like the old Yankees do.
Hello. Steam train. Choo.
Bought me a drink at your wedding, that was nice.
I bought you a drink at my wedding.
Should it be the other way round?
Should have been the other way around, mate.
Should have
You
been.
bought me a drink at my bloody wedding.
The first time I met him.
How tight is that? That should have told me everything you need to
first-
know.
the
He's come
first
to my
time-
wedding, I bought him a drink.
The first time we met each other
Was that his wedding?
was at his wedding.
And he bought you a drink?
Yeah.
I'm trigger release system. Very popping there, mate.
Put some over there and some over there. We're going to come the other side here.
Doing the YMCA there.
Okay. Claudia's out there doing it. Dead bait rods are out, me instead of being lazy and watching those. Claudia's lure fishing, fingers crossed all the way towards. Big shout. Come on, Claudia.
Come on.
Yeah! Surf's up, man! We've been to every spot in the Broads. There's clearly no pike. So we're going to go back to where we started to hopefully catch one.
Just got back from board. We tried there to fish, had some rain, it looked very pikey, but yeah, we were not lucky, none of us. And now we changed the spot again. Basically we are at the little canal where we started with, and yeah, slowly but surely the time flies and we just have a few hours left to get a pike. But the hope is not dead yet, so I still have some trust into Phil and Hassan.
'Good boy!
That's huge!
That is a
That's
mega
huge!
fight!
That's huge! Oh my god!
He will do, Claudia. He will do.
Shows.
16, yeah?
Yeah.
Never in doubt, Mr. Spinks, our guide.
No.
Your first ever UK pike, and from the Broads, and a PB.
PB, definitely. I never saw a pike with such a big head. I never weighted a pike before. This is awesome, but we have to say we worked a lot for it.
Yeah, it was hard going, but
Yes.
we've got a bite, and it is one that counts. 16 pounds, unbelievable fish. Time for you to get some stills for your album. Mission complete.
Oh, what an experience. I love to fish with Angling Direct every single time I get something new. Belgium, UK, carp, and now a pike. Unbelievable.
Since joining AD back in September, things have been pretty full on with work. But I've managed to squeeze in the odd bit of my own fishing here and there, and something I really wanted to do, living so close to the Thames, was try and catch a Thames Carp.
Well, that was a lot busier than I anticipated. After the week I've had at work, probably could have done with a nice chilled out evening at home, but I've been coming down every single day this week to put a little bit of bait out with the anticipation to be fishing Friday night, and that's what I did. Although I couldn't get down till just bang on dark, too many emails and too many cards to back up from the week, I was still pretty confident. You know, I made sure I'd bait at a nice comfortable range. Bought plenty of leads because I knew there would be a chance of a bream or two. I didn't expect to have 8, but what I'd come down to catch is attempt to try and catch a Thames Carp, and I've got one, and it's yeah, it's pretty special.
Look at that. What a carp. Full of character. Plenty of stories to tell. It's made my night on the Thames well and truly worth it.
At Angler Direct, we always try and do our bit for good causes and as many charity events as possible. One that we put together with the help of Mike Leake is Tour de Branches, and the main aim was to raise money for Les Webber and angling projects.
We're currently on the final day, which is day 8 of the Angling Direct Tour de Branches 2019, and we're in our warehouse facility in Rackheath in Norwich. So it's a culmination of 8 days worth of riding across 32 sites throughout the UK, covering a total of 1,295 miles. All the staff have been involved in this charity event, and so far we're looking to raise a target figure of about £8,000 to £9,000. We'll be doing a check presentation later on today to Les Webber from Angling Projects here in Rackheath, once the guys here have finished off the last of their few miles they've got to do. But thank you all for a great cause.
Three, two, one.
Hello, my name is Chris, and same as Lewispoor, I'm actually new to the AD team. You've probably seen I'm actually the newest addition to the videography team. So I am new, I've been learning a few bits from Chris and Widget and just generally getting out on the bank and doing a bit of filming, doing a bit of fishing myself. I've even got some pike rods out now and I've even caught one, so happy days. I'm going to take you back probably a couple of months ago where me and Chris Collins, we went to the beach because we had a few bits of sea fishing content to get. And in true AD style, we even got some rods out too.
So we're down at Kessingland today, doing a little bit of sea fishing photography, bit of lifestyle, bit of product, bit of filming to get done and a few bits and pieces, but obviously it'd be rude not to get some rods out and try and catch a few fish. We've got Chris with us today, who's never actually been beach fishing, so the aim of the few hours we've got down here is to try and catch him his first sea fish. Got 2 rods out there now fishing at the moment, bit of frozen bait with us, a few blacks and a little bit of squid, so let's see what we can do.
Well, the signature squid pop-ups didn't work. Might try some real squid next time. Oh well. First time using a multi-car reel. Not as easy as a fixed spool, is it? Do I look like a typical carp angler who's lost on the beach in a snug pack? Is there going to be a fish on? That is the question. Hang on! Wow! That's a PB! Look at that bad boy! What is it?
Whiting.
Oh, right. A little whiting, eh? It's a PB. Ooh. Feisty little fella you are. There you go, mate, look at that. Looking back a few months now, certainly when the weather was slightly warmer, undoubtedly one of the highlights for me was meeting MBE and match fishing legend Bobb Nudd. Now, not only did we have the privilege of filming a catch-up interview with him and going through his life in angling, but we also challenged him to a little two-peg match against Hassan.
Today we're at the awesome Reepham Fisheries, meeting up with none other than 4 times world champion, match fishing legend and all-round top bloke, Bobb Nudd. I've drawn the short straw and I've got to fish a match against him for a couple of hours. Don't think that's going to go too well. Then we're going back to the studio to do an interview with him, and then tonight we're going to do AD live with him. So a very busy day in line. First things first, let's get this draw done and see if I can contend one-on-one with Bobb Nudd in a match. Bob, I'm going to say it, it's disrespectful, but I've got to say age before beauty here, Bob. So you draw first, mate.
I don't think I've ever been in a two-peg match before.
I'm saying this is the biggest match of your career, I know it is.
A two-peg match, and I've been mugged, I think. Only found out about it yesterday.
I'm going to pick, which one should I pick out of these two? Right, what have you got?
2.
4.
2.
4 is the hardest peg on the lake.
2.
Apparently the best peg on the lake, Bob.
It sounds like I'm probably up in a corner a bit. That's as you've worked this out, haven't you?
4 is the hardest peg on the lake, so you should win this, Bob. Let's get on the lake and get fishing, mate. Right, we're all set up, everything's ready in the peg, we are ready to do battle, but before we start, the matchman's essential, disgorger behind the ear, and a big, oh mate's fallen, grab me that, grab me that. So we're all ready on the pegs, every bit of gear is sorted, rigs are prepped, we are ready for the big all-in, but before that big all-in, the matchman's essential, disgorger behind the ear. And Bob, this is a pleasure. All in, mate.
Still looking for my first bite. Oh, well, I've got one, but mine's small fish. So small. Can't believe that I'm on a banded pellet and a small carp.
Right, the first half an hour, for me, I would say I've fished very well. The fish have certainly been here. I have fed heavy, because initially there was loads of little tiny carp in the swim, so I've put a bit more bait in, and the stamp of fish that I'm having seems to be pretty decent in comparison to obviously the stock that's in here. so hopefully things will continue. I haven't gone to my inside line, I've stayed on this line out in front of me. Fingers crossed, I'm going to keep sticking in, I don't know, 10 pellets every 50 seconds and fishing over the top of it, and with a bit of luck the fish will continue and keep coming.
Catching okay, but there's a few smaller fish as well, and so I'm chopping and changing between a hard banded pellet. At the moment I've got a small piece of worm on the hook, just a worm's head, which is quite tough, so you can usually catch a few fish on it. Just really trying to sort out the better fish, but catching okay.
There's a lot of media hype around this fish. It's Reepham's big ghosty. I've fished here three times that fish.
Never fished here before, so I'm trying to sort out the better fish. And feeding is always the most important part of fishing, so you've got to work out how much feed they want. Do they want a lot? Do they want less? That's what I'm trying to figure out at the moment.
Right, well, I've been catching steadily, and I made a little tactical switch. I was getting bothered with those smaller fish, so what I've done is changed to a section of worm, still sticking to sort of 10 pellets every 20 seconds to 50 seconds, depending, but that little section of worm has singled out the slightly better stamp of fish. I've stuck to that line, I haven't gone on my inside line at all. I'm going to persist and hope that this stamp of fish keeps coming, because they certainly build weight quick, and they're a lot better than the little fish I was catching at the start.
My last fish, another quality F1, but to be truthful, I haven't fished well enough. Well, I fished okay, but Hassan's fished miles better. He's beaten me today. I know, I've been watching him, his elastic's been coming out all day, but brilliant fishing, really enjoyed it.
Well, what an incredible day at Reepham Fishery. Eventful, bite filled, and an absolute privilege to share the bank with this man. 2 brilliant nets of fish, a fantastically enjoyable day. Bob, thank you so much, mate, for coming out.
No, it was
absolutely
fabulous.
Brilliant. Let's get a few snaps and get these back.
2 hours, great fishing, isn't it?
A massive thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed our whistle-stop tour of highlights in the crazy world that is AD. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to make sure you're up to date with all our content on our AD TV YouTube channel. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, come on!